Hi, this is Sheree from Sheree'sCraftGirls.com. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and my project today is this absolutely stunning little bag. It is really, really sweet. And you open it up, it's got self-closure. You open that up and look at all the room in there. Wow, isn't that lovely? So you fold the sides in and you pop in the top, bring over the flap, and it looks like a little handbag. Isn't that lovely? So for this you're going to need a piece of A4 cardstock, and that measures 11 3/4 by 8 1/4. Don't worry about jotting all the measurements down because there is quite a few. They will be on my blog. And you need 2 pieces of DSP cardstock, and that's 3 1/4 by 2 7/8. One that's 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. A strip that is 3 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And for the handle you're going to need a strip of cardstock that measures 8 1/2 by 1/2 inch, and some DSP paper that is 8 1/8 inch by 1/4 inch. As I say, all the measurements will be on my blog. So taking your cardstock and your scoring tool, you're going to score at 2 1/4 from top to bottom, 5 1/2, 7 3/4 from top to bottom, and 11. Then turning it round, you are now going to do some ordinary scoring and some unusual scoring. So the first one is 1 3/8, and that goes from top to bottom, and 4 7/8, which also goes from top to bottom. But the next one at 5 1/2 only goes to the third score line. So you're going to count down 1, 2, 3, and flipping the cardstock over, you're going to go to 5 1/2 and over 1, and you're going to come down past the little one to the second one. Flipping it back over, you are then going to score at 6 1/8 only to your second score line. So there's one and there's the second. Okay, and then we're going to fold it. You've got a thick band at the bottom, and then you've got your little one, your offset one, and we're just going to fold it at the one next, popping it back at the top of your your scoreboard. You're going to notch at 1 1/8, just a little notch, and also at 6 5/8, just a little notch there as well. You're going to keep your stylus because you're going to do some diagonal scoring. So where you put that little notch, one there and one there, coming down to your single line at the bottom, you're going to do a diagonal line from corner to notch, from notch to corner, and just on those two sections. So from your corner up to your notch, from your notch to your corner, then miss that square and you're going to go to the corner, to the notch, from the notch and to the corner. Okay, so before we do any scoring, folding and burnishing, we're going to remove where you've got the one single solid score line, not the half one and the disjointed one. We're going to take away the first rectangle, and we're going to cut it up, the next one, up the next one, and the following one. Then coming to the top, we're going to take away the whole of this, where you've got 1, 2 and the third score line that is just above the triangle. We're going to remove the whole of that. So come down this score line and remove the whole of that box completely. Then you have your score line there, and then you have the disjointed one, and you have the little half one. Cut across that half one to the next box and remove that box right down to the score line where the triangle is. Right down this side as well. And remove that completely. Okay. Oops. Keeping the next wide section, we're just going to take where this tab is, we're going to take the rectangle and the square below it away. And you should be left with something that looks like that. Okay, now if you have a corner rounder, round your corners here. I haven't, so I'm going to use my envelope punch board. Just pop that in there and round that corner and that corner. It just makes it easier for the flap to fold into the box when we're finished. And now we come along and we're going to burnish all our score lines. Goodness. Fold and burnish. There is method to my madness, you'll see it in a moment, why we've done it this way and not burnished beforehand. But it will make sense in a moment. Okay. And then the lid. And our flap. And the reason we cut away beforehand is when we come to do our diagonal, it just makes it easier to fold and burnish. You could do it and cut first, it's entirely up to you. She says, fighting with the box. There we go, I lost it, lost the plot. And then the last one. Fold and burnish your score line. There we go. There. Okay, there we are. And now we're going to put our panels on. We're not going to use the long thin piece because that's going to go on the inside of our box to cover where the handle is. So we'll leave that till the last. But now we're going to put, whoops, one there, and one there. Okay, so using some Tombow or some sticky strip or fast fuse, I might actually use some snail just for speed. So popping some adhesive along the edges of our box. I think they could have been a bit wider, but that'll be fine. And a piece in the centre there, and a little piece for our front flap. Along there. Then keeping it that way, sorry, we're going to put some adhesive, some sticky strip I think here, along your tab, and along your two rectangles. Miss the one with the triangle, we don't want to stick that one down. and the next one. I think that should have been on the other side, I'm pretty certain it should. Let's fold the box up and find out. So taking your sticky strip, the backing off your tab, bring your box together. It's beautifully aligned. There we go, taking your sides. Oh no, it would have been right. Oh goodness me. That's what you get for doing more than one video at a time, isn't it? You get a little bit brain dead. So this is the back of your box, and here's the front. So bringing the back in first, that was the one I did wrong, and then we have that, and we're just going to stick those nicely aligned together. Popping your squeezing your box together and popping your lid in. There we go. I think we might round those one as well on this one, because I'm not going to do the edge on that one. Sorry, that's my phone going off. I thought it was on silent. And there, oh, I didn't put that very neatly, did I? Is your bag. Isn't that stunning? So for the handle, as I say, you're going to take a strip of paper, which is 8 1/8 by half an inch, and you're going to score it at half an inch and at 1 inch on both sides. And I'm just going to, I've already put some sticky strip on because I'm going to get some ribbon, and I'm just going to pop that on the back of the handle. So popping that along the centre of your ribbon. Sorry if my head's in the way. You could use lace, or you don't have to put anything on it particularly. I just thought it looked quite nice with a little bit of lace on it. So there we go. Now putting a little piece of sticky strip from your ½ inch mark to the end on both sides, from the ½ inch to the end, removing one. Now wait, from the inch, sorry, because you're going to take the ½ inch and you're just going to pop that on the inside and the other ½ inch on the outside, and repeat on the other side. So your ½ inch on the inside, fold it over, and your ½ inch on the outside, and that makes your handle. Isn't that lovely? Oops, it's come out. I thought I'd done something wrong then. And that makes your handle to your bag. And the reason we kept the strip is we're just going to put some sticky strip down there, just a little piece to hold it in place. Remove the backing, the fun bits, if you can get the backing off. Oh goodness me, here it comes. And we're just going to cover our workings with that piece of strip of card. Just hides it a little bit and leaves the lace showing. Now to make the seal on the bag, I'm going to take a piece of corresponding cardstock at the back of the box, and I'm going to cut one of those, punch one of those with petite petals, and I'm also going to do one of the DSP that matches the petite petals. Taking a glue dot, popping that back on the back of the DSP, and popping that offset on our cardstock. Taking a handheld punch and just pop a hole in the centre. Ouch. And closing our bag back up, bring the lid over, mark where you want it just below the actual flap of the bag. Just make a little mark, and taking your piercing tool, pop a little hole in there. Mind your fingers though. There we go. And we're going to take a brad, pop it through our flower and through our bag, and open it up. There we go. Closing our bag back up and bringing the flap just behind your flower to hold it closed. Pinching the flap just to give it some definition. Sorry about that. Thought that was on silent. And there you have a rather stunning bag. Isn't that so sweet? It has so much room. You can get an awful lot of goodies in there, can't you? I think that is absolutely beautiful. And there we have two lovely little bags, totally contrasting colours. Until next time, take care. Bye.